Tyler Rich, good to see you.
Great to see you.
It's hot out here.
It is hot. I
Yeah.
feel like my face is way redder than yours.
I just got to watch your sound check here at Carowinds, and I feel like I just watched a whole Tyler Rich concert. That was fun.
It's good.
Yeah. When did you fall in love with country music, and when did you get to Nashville?
So I moved to Nashville from California 9 years ago, which is crazy. Time flies. I fell in love with country music when I was a kid. I always listened to rock growing up with my dad. My mom loved country. At first I thought it was kind of lame, but then as soon as I got old enough to realize how awesome songwriting was and all that stuff, it was Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Vince Gill. Brooks have done all that stuff in that era, like best era, right?
Your last full-length studio album was in 2020. I have been very excited to hear new music, and a little birdie, otherwise known as your team, said that there is some coming soon.
Very soon, yeah. I also have been dying to hear new music, so the album coming out in 2020, it was also only 3 new songs. Everything else had been put out over the few years, and so I've been recording, it's gonna be about 17 songs, and we're gonna pretty much put them all out at the same time.
You're extremely passionate about this new project. Extremely passionate is the quote that your team told me about this music. Why this project specifically?
So I recently, at the beginning of the year, I was able to part ways with my label. I love my label and everything they did for me along the path. It was awesome, but definitely a very slow model of releasing music. And so when I have full creative freedom now, I'm gonna release this album independently, which I haven't told anybody actually at all yet. You hear it first. I'm releasing this album independently, number one, because I wanted full creative freedom. I wanted to do any and everything I've wanted to do, but I haven't been able to do for the past years. And I took 30 songs from the past few years. Anytime there was an email that I turned in where my old team and stuff would respond, like, you need this song, this is incredible, you need this, but never let me record it or had me record it. I put all those in a folder, and then I had 100 different test groups of different like fan clubs and friends everywhere vote on the songs for their favorite 12 they wanted.
Let's talk for a second just about your love for animals. I love your love for animals. Tell us about when you're touring. Sometimes you tour animal shelters as well. Can you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, so it's called Rich Rescues, and it was the coolest thing we ever started. My goal is hopefully to get fans to take animals home. I love cats, but it's mostly about the dogs, right? But even just understand how important it is to be able to foster them. Some of these shelters just need people to come walk the dogs for an hour a week or something like that. And just raising awareness for incredible people in communities that are doing things that fans might not know about. And that's where I actually got my most recent dog, Yukon, from a Green Bay Rich Rescues visit.
Tell us about your first dog.
It was Abby. That's Abby. I would say that's where my heart for rescue started. When I was 19, I stole her from a wife's permission to steal this dog before what she believed her husband was gonna kill her. She was in a bad abusive situation, and so in the middle of the night, my best friend and I, with the truck, went out on this farm, feeling tall and mighty, probably would've got shot and killed immediately, and took Abby out of this hole. She was covered in her own poop and this whole thing, and I didn't know when I was 19 that I was gonna have like this best friend for 17 years.
Who lives on in a music video.
Yeah.
When you watch
It's
that.
been a year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 17 years. Yeah. And she's in Feels Like Home video. I felt like I couldn't really be a country singer until I had a song about dogs also. So she has a song, it's called Dogs Don't Die. And I wrote it when she was still with us. It's a happy song about dogs. It's not sad, so when you listen to it, you'll be like, yeah, so that's gonna be the B-side on the album.
This Unplugged in Nashville album that you released last year, what was it like going back and re-recording songs in a very different way?
That was so much fun. The whole idea started people saying they wanted a Leave Her Wild wedding version. So I was like, why don't we just get like on a grand piano and just do like a super sweet walk down the aisle type song, our version of that. And then other people always been like, oh, I love this song, man. It really kind of feels like when I listen to it, it could also lean that way. And so when you record a song in the studio that comes out and it becomes a hit for you, pretty much can only ever do it that way other than live. It was like a second chance of making some of my favorite songs even more special.
What comes first for you, the melody or the lyrics?
A lot of times the melody. The lyric idea will be with the first thing. I try not too hard with the words. I feel like your first instinct on a melody and your first instinct on words should kind of be where you go. It doesn't mean I don't tweak them and make them more interesting, but I try to write as fast as I can when that moment is flowing.
I have a question that we ask everybody here on Queen City Country. Who is on your country music Mount Rushmore? Who are they, Tyler?
Garth Brooks, hands down. He's what started it for me. Merle Haggard paved the way with Dwight for that California country that gives us all a chance. I'm gonna say Keith Urban, because Keith is what really got me back into country in my early 20s. That started this project. And then my fourth, man, that's good. Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, I'd climb that mountain. I like it.
I would definitely climb that mountain. Tyler Rich, was this interview better than you're used to?
Absolutely. It's always good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Tyler.
Appreciate you, Adam. Thanks, man.